Good morning from Dublin and good afternoon, I guess. Yeah, good afternoon in Nepal to all of you. We are again here for another series of online meeting of exploratory action research, and today I will basically learn from you your updates, the progress that you have made so far. Probably most of you will be sharing how you are implementing the plans. So actually the floor is open. Anyone can, you know, anyone can start. We can see here Pema ma'am, Jiban Bhattrai sir, Santi ma'am as well. So you can, one of you can share. And we had also asked you the question. I mean we had also asked you if any one of you would be ready to share your presentation. If you have prepared anything as such, you also can share on the basis of the reading of the book edited by Janak Singh Negi. So yeah, the floor is open. And before we start off, like if Lakshman sir has anything to say,
I
please.
think today I'm just very eager to hear from the participants because at this point we are not in position to give you any input, but better is feedback. I mean, input as a feedback on what you already have. So we'll be happy to hear from you, and then maybe in report writing or how to document and what to include in the report and what not to. So let's listen to all the participants, and that will be the basis for us to give any input or feedback we can give towards the end. Is that
Okay.
okay?
Yeah, yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyone?
Maybe Santi did not do presentation last time. She was only typing, yes,
Yeah.
last time. So maybe you can Santi, can you speak? Hello?
Can you hear us, by the way?
Yes.
In,
Hello?
yeah, if Santi ma'am is having problem right now, so other friends can chip in. Can I share, sir? Sanjeev sir, yeah, you can share. Uh, and one more thing, like we too had sent the consent form through email. Santi ma'am and who else? Jiban sir, they have already, sent us back as well. Those colleagues who have not sent us back, could you please, like, if you agree on that, we hope like all of you would agree. If you agree on that, then just put your name in the space provided at the end, and then send us back through email as an attachment. Yeah, Sanjeev sir, you can start up.
Uh, uh, Sir, first of all, can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes.
Sir?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can hear you.
Okay, thanks, sir. It's a very lovely to uh, have a meeting with you all, sir. First of all, one greeting to you all and my colleagues too. Sir, our assignment was to share the Kamal Raj Acharya's presentations, RUK Exploratory Action Research. So I would like to share about him. Okay, shall I go on?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes, sir. So I would like to say that we were together, Sangeeta Sapkota, myself, Sanjay Kumar Singhal, and Santi Sharma. So first of all, I would like to share about Kamal Raj Acharya, a secondary level teacher of Janjoti Secondary School, Bardichor, Surkhet. Generally, there are 50 students in each class. Conducted exploratory action research in class 9. Number of the students is 41. The problem that he found is teaching English in oral areas is quite challenging job. Second, can't able to develop the students' communication skills in class in English, especially. Learners cannot respond when they are asked in English.
Mm-hmm.
And then he selected the objectives to find out why students do not answer questions in English. First, second, to find effective techniques for improving students' speaking skill. For that one, plan for exploration. It was necessary to find out what What do students say about speaking in the classroom? Second, what do students do when I ask them questions in English? Now, exploration method. Prepared a questionnaire for the students to find out their opinion on speaking in English and to find out the second question. Second, plan to observe students during the speaking activities in the class. Now, data collection and headings are questionnaires, always, sometimes, and rarely. First question, do you like to speak in English? Always 12, sometimes 83, rarely 5%. Second question, do you understand what your teachers say or ask? Always 32, sometimes 63, rarely 5%. Third question, can you pronounce the word correctly? Always 20%, sometimes 51%, rarely 29%. Fourth question, your teacher's questions are very easy to answer. Always 12%, sometimes 76%, rarely 12%. Fifth question, what do you feel at the time of speaking in English? Always 29% hesitation. Okay, hesitation, feel hesitation. Okay, 12% shy and 59% do not know answer. So another question, what difficulties do you feel when you speak in English? Open questions. Answer are like this. Do not know the answer. I feel shy. I am afraid of making mistake. I have difficulties in pronunciation. I am weak in English. I do not have time to learn in English. My friends laugh at my English. My friend do not speak in English. I cannot understand the text on the book. Colleagues' observations. What the colleagues said to him. Okay, first. Seemed very energetic in the classroom in explaining the content. Second. Students were confused on questions. Third. Stick with the students regarding the time limitation and behaved as an administrator. Fifth, if I were you, I would give students enough time for discussions before asking any question. Now, data analysis and interpretation. 88% of students did not want to speak in English. 68% of students did not understand the questions in English. 80% of students did not know the meaning of the word. 75% students felt weak in English and hesitated to speak. Students should be given enough time to respond on the questions. Plan for action. Necessary to change administrative behavior, colleagues' observation. Second, plan to follow the activities like involving students in peer and group work, allow students to express their feeling in their mother tongue to understand the content and concept before asking questions. Asking CCQ, concept checking question, and asking ICQ, instruction checking questions, like this. Action for change. Start lessons with some rapport building activities like asking students about their health, family, study, so that they would not feel hesitation to speak. Now, next one, elicited the vocabulary needed in speaking provide enough time for discussions on the speaking topic, allowed students to use mother tongue while discussing on the subject matter, involved students in speaking activities, assigned students in reading tasks and asked questions related with the test. So after the action, observation, students started to speak in English. Second, reduced hesitation. Students started to ask questions in English. Reflection, lesson plan. Entering into the classroom with happy mood and a smiling face and starting lessons with some rapport building activities, easy, just like asking students about their health, family, and their studies can encourage students to interact with their teacher and friend. Second, before asking the questions, it is necessary to discuss more on content so that students can have something in their mind to say. Third, teaching vocabulary and practicing pronunciation increase the chances of interaction in English. Necessary to ask CCQ, concept checking questions, and ICQ, instruction checking questions before asking question based on the particular content. Now, conclusion. Te- Teacher's self-realizations that he asked the questions and involved them in speaking before students develop ideas to express their feeling. Through the exploratory action research, a well-organized way of concept developed to increase learners' confidence.
Uh, yes, thank you, Sanjeev sir.
It's my welcome, sir.
Yeah. So again, the same question which Lakshman sir used to frequently ask in earlier meetings as well. What did you learn, by the way, after reading this particular report by Kamal Raj Acharya in his exploratory action research?
Uh, One thing, may I say,
Yeah,
uh,
please.
actually, exploratory action research has given the opportunity for me to change my concept, which I earlier used to think that whatever I teach, students easily understand. No, we have to go deeply to understand whether whatever I have delivered, what I have given to learner, whether the learner has achieved or not. So it has showed me the way. And the most important thing is that earlier I used to think that the test, the book that I have got, that is the only thing that I have to deal in the classroom. But now, uh, what uh, what I understood is that we have to learn, we have to know the learner's level. We have to know about the learner's level, and during this exploratory action research, I build a rapport with the students, and in this way, now I am understanding my learners very nicely, and I think that each and every learner has the capacity, and he can develop it if the teacher, facilitate in this way. If the teacher build a rapport with the students, certainly, if a teacher can increase the confidence of the learners, certainly we can do best for that one. Is the need of the time, and I
Okay,
think that yes, sir.
Sanjeevji,
Yes, sir.
actually, the question from Tabanji was after reading,
Mm.
preparing the slides, and giving a
Mm.
presentation on the
Yes,
particular action research
yes.
from the book edited by Janak
Mm.
Negi.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
So, what is, let's say, one or two things that you
Mm.
learned,
Mm.
which perhaps you were not very confident before?
Yes. certainly. Learning this article, I knew about it. How I can prepare my exploratory action research in this format, and I can even write about all those things that I am doing. I can prepare from this.
Yes, thank you, Sanjeev sir. Yeah, actually the question prompted you to speak both, like your realization of the necessity of exploration to understand any kind of problem at all as well, and then to get the holistic picture of the exploratory action research, like how it can be and how it should be reported at, or not how it should be reported, how it can be reported further as well. So
Yes.
thank you. Now we can hear some background noise as well. If your microphone is on when someone is speaking, please turn it off, and then later when you will get your time for speaking, then you can switch it on. So now anyone, we have Jivan sir, Santi ma'am said like she has got problem due to network. Anyone can chip in and share.
We have now, we have Parista online, Nimlal online. Yes, Parista? 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 Your daughter is speaking. Huh? Is your daughter?
Okay.
Okay, Pema, yes. Is your daughter? Yeah, go ahead. Yes.
Parista. Oh, ये Parista है.
Parista or Pema? So who is Pema says she wants to present.
Yes, Pema ma'am, you can go ahead.
So can you speak? Who wants to present? Parista or Pema?
Oh, yes, sir. Are you listening to me?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Come on. Who is it?
Come on. Who is it? Okay. Sorry, me Parista.
Yes.
Parista,
So why
yes.
don't you?
So why don't you? Why don't
video
you
as well?
on video as well? Okay, sir.
It's on the left bottom. I mean left side.
It's on the left bottom.
Yes,
I mean left
yes.
side.
Yes.
Yes.
there
I
you
got,
are.
sir. Yes, there you are. Yes.
Okay, please tell us. Your
Okay,
updates.
please tell us.
Yeah. So I'm doing, but I haven't done that much properly. And my question was like, how can I help my students to work on their like writing questions, especially did questions, because my students were very confused to write down the answers of did questions. So I took that issue as like my exploratory action research, and then I started to do, but due to some kind of problems, I haven't completed. And then I have found a little bit change, and then they are improving. And then I have found that a little bit change than previous. So I think I can work on it. I can complete.
Can you share what is the change?
So can you share what is?
Sorry, sir, I didn't hear.
I mean, you said there's some change that you've noticed.
There's
Yes.
change that you've noticed.
So what's the change?
Sir, again, I didn't.
So what's the change?
Oh, previously they used to write down the answer in the simple present tense, though the question is in simple past tense. But nowadays, they have they started to write down in the same tense as the question is given, but sometimes they.
Mm-hmm.
But most of the students are, I think, now they are aware of writing answers of did questions.
Okay.
Okay.
One more thing.
One more thing.
You
Yes.
said that you started.
You
and
said
see
that
some,
you started and you
sort of
some
progress.
some sort of
and you haven't
progress.
completed.
Yes.
So how much you've done?
And you
Because
haven't
now
completed. So how much you've done? Because now
there is a winter vacation coming.
Yeah.
There is a winter vacation coming.
Yes.
My husband.
We're going to wrap up.
Huh?
And we're going to wrap up.
Yes,
Why
sir.
echo there?
I think
Why echo there?
is it, sir? Is it
my
coming
voice
back?
is echoing back.
Yeah,
My voice echoing back.
I can see.
My
Sorry.
voice is
Yes.
Uh,
Sir,
just a minute, Parista. Just a minute,
I
Parista, ma'am.
think I can complete. Yes.
May I request Nimlal Bhandari sir to switch off your microphone?
Nimlal Bhandari sir to switch off your microphone.
I'll switch off mine as well. And Lakshman sir, could you please switch off as well? And
Switch
later
off
you'll
mine.
switch it on. Then
And
I guess the problem will
switch
be
off as well. And
solved.
later you will switch it on. Then I guess.
Okay, now here you go, Parista, ma'am.
Okay, now here you go.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
Parista.
So can I
was
speak
saying,
now?
Yeah.
Yes, just a minute. Let me explain.
Yes.
You said that you have not finished, but you are work. By
Yes.
the end of January, we need to wrap up our project.
Okay.
You can continue working on your own,
Mm-hmm.
but for the project purpose, you need to submit the report.
Yes.
You need to report.
Okay,
So,
sir.
do you think you'll be able to present? If not complete one, but some sort of report?
Yes. Sir, I
Yes.
think I guess I can because I
Yes.
think I have done half of the work, but
Okay.
because we have to complete
Okay.
the school's course also, so I'm not being able to do properly. So
Okay.
I think I can.
Fine.
But
Did
it
you
takes
try-
time, sir. I think.
Fine. Did you try? To fit to fit your data in the format we gave for the project report?
Not, sir. I haven't done in the format that you have given, but I have.
Can you do that?
Okay, sir. I'll do.
Please put all your data into our report format.
Okay.
And submit to us. Then we'll give you feedback.
Okay,
How
sir.
to make it presentable.
Okay, sir.
All right.
Okay, sir.
All right. Can you
Okay,
tell
sir.
us
The deadline
when?
and the
Can you tell us when deadline? Can you submit the first round of whatever you can do in a week by
Sir,
next Saturday?
oh.
Whatever you have, you don't have to finish. Whatever you have,
Yes.
you don't have to finish.
Yeah.
But can you just submit what you'll be able to make by Saturday? Yes. Hello.
Yeah, Parista is frozen, most probably. Yeah, Parista ma'am is frozen, most probably seems to
I
have.
think she got the point. So
Yes,
we
he got
can-
the point. Actually, this point is helpful for all the participants as well. No need to worry about, the stage you are in, but try to complete your project, let's say, in time or on time, because we are going to wrap it up as well. And the most important thing, which Lakshman sir mentioned just before, was actually using the format that we have provided, so that we can provide a kind of, let's say, very uniform. The kind of that we can later create a kind of uniform report when necessary as well. And there can be possibility of publishing all reports online in a more uniform or consistent format. So that's the point, and it will also be helpful for us to give feedback within the same format as well. Let's say, now Pima ma'am, as Pima ma'am said earlier, like she would like to share her updates. So if you are ready, then you can switch on your microphone and you can speak on.
Okay, sir. Shall I start, sir?
Yeah. Yes, Pima ma'am.
And namaste. Yes. And the topic I'm exploring is about lack of interest of my students in creative writing tasks. I chose this topic because whenever I assign creative writing tasks to my students, I found them a bit less interested in creative writing tasks. They would take a bit long time to start. Moreover, whenever they wrote, I found them writing a bit less content than I expected. So therefore, I wanted to explore this issue. So till now, whatever I have done is, first of all, in the first stage, I asked my students to write a paragraph giving a title. Like the title I gave was "My Best Friend," and some of the students they wrote a bit properly, but not very properly, yes, I could say. And the second thing I did was I went through their writing, and also I didn't. I thought I think I need to give them another task to write, and then in the second stage I let them choose the topic of their interest, their own interest. And whenever I let them choose the topic, I found them a bit more interested in comparison to the first topic that I provided. But still, regarding the content, I was not still satisfied with their content. So, whenever I went through their writing, I explored the reason and I asked them some questions like, according to your previous experiences, like why I reported them about their writing, like what was the problem with their writing, and I motivated them what was the real problem, so that we can work together, and motivated them to share their expressions. And they shared that, like,
Yes.
yes, sir. The first thing, the first student, they said that I have written whatever they share. Like one of the students said, like knowledge won't come quickly in my mind. One of the students said that, and also another student shared no idea about the topic. And similarly, the next two students shared that lack of grammar. Similarly, a sentence will come into my mind, but confused to write it correctly. This expression was shared by another student, and they have shared 10 different expressions. Like, I remember the sentence, but later I forget. And some of the students share like stress thinking that I can't finish on time. And another student share like, when I write second paragraph, I remember about the first paragraph, and I miss the content when I reach to second paragraph. And similarly, some of the students share like, if I think about one topic for a long time, I get confused. This was shared by another student. And similarly, I get confused with the correct structure of the sentence. And finally, the mind get distracted after taking short break. These were the expressions shared by the students whenever I motivated them to share whatever they felt. Confused with what to write, and also the sentence structure and vocabulary. And so, what I'm working these days is, I'm working to improve their vocabulary. So for this, what I'm doing is, I have requested each one of them should identify any 5 new words along with their meanings every day, and they have to learn them and share in the class. So I have been assigning these tasks, and whenever they are sharing and they are also learning from each other, and there are altogether 32 students. And each day, though all 32 students are not bringing the 5 difficult words from their reading, but almost 20 students they are bringing. And I'm doing this. And next thing is, whenever I am starting regular classes, I have started regular classes. I start with word game, like and any communication activities, like word game, like ladder game, vertical game. I start the class. Whenever I start topic, I start with asking different questions. So I ask them, mainly I ask them questions so that they can express their views. So this way I'm working to improve their vocabularies and language. And So, and I'm also uh, planning to develop a worksheet that helps them to collect the ideas. So these are the things that I did till now. So I'd like to know whether I need to keep exploring or I can move further. I'd like to hear from you, sir.
Lakshman sir. Lakshman sir, any suggestions?
Could you?
Yeah, I mean, sounds good. And then looks like she has a clear idea on what she's doing. Maybe, so what about the, has she submitted the report?
Yes, I have submitted,
don't know.
but whenever I submitted, also I wanted to explore more. Again, I asked him some questions, and I have got a bit more content regarding than I have
Okay.
submitted. I have only submitted,
Okay,
but a bit
what you
more.
can do, okay, listen,
Yes.
Pema, what you can do is, this is a training which we hope will give you enough knowledge and skills about EAR.
Yes.
For this project purpose, we need to wrap up with whatever you have by the end of January. We'll send you exact timing. We've already sent indicatively, and then, but you can continue later. But for this purpose, you'll have to sort of wrap up, and at end you can say that, okay, next action plan is to continue with the second phase or something. You can write that way. You can submit because we need a proper report to submit to Hondi. Okay.
Yes, thank you, Lakshman sir.
So
Yeah, sorry.
if you,
Sorry, sir.
okay.
Sorry, sir. Yeah,
No,
please carry
I
on.
was just asking whether she can submit within a week an updated version of the report.
Of course, sir.
Very
E-
good. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, yeah, thanks. No need, nothing to add more. Yeah, we could see, as Lakshman sir stated, we could see the, like, how you have followed all these steps: exploration, making plans for change, and then implementing plans for change as well. Uh, we can also see, like, how you are exploring things in between, as you see it. Like, first of all, let's in between, you also, after making them write an essay, again, uh, you also analyze the details and you ask them to choose the topic of their interest. That means how you are also, I mean, let's say, immediately implementing some plans for change. So as it's a more like like the continuous process you are making already. So as regards your plans for change, implementing plans for change, as you said, like, you asked them to bring 5 words per day, and 20 students brought them. Not out of 32 students, all 20 students, we could see the changes as well. Now you also need to think how this particular plan for change do address some other related issues. For example, here you are developing their vocabulary, you are helping them to develop their vocabularies, but in the meantime it also can assist to, you know assist to make them learn some grammatical issues that they had raised as well, or which you could see too. For example, like, asking them to make those, sorry, use those words in sentences. Most probably that can help to, learn some grammatical issues, or learn some grammatical points which you would like them to learn. So I mean, the same kind of plans can be associated with the other issues as well to solve them. So you are doing well. I mean, which, if we could analyze so properly, you are doing well. And now the final point, as Lakshman sir mentioned again, was, since we need to wrap it up, so please do produce some kind of consolidated report which list all the things that you have done so far, and then, yeah, send us in the format that we have provided. That's it. Yes, thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir. I'll try to incorporate these things. And also, before winter vacation, I have 3 more days left. And in these 3 more days, I'm planning to use worksheet and other things to develop more ideas, to collect more ideas so that they can develop them into paragraphs.
Thank you. And
So
one more.
this before vacation.
yeah, one more thing, not only to Pema ma'am, to everyone. Like if you have if you have got any kind of, let's say, pictures or videos as well, you also can send them to us. We think that you have already got consent from them. So in that regard, yeah, that will also be a really strong point for us. Like later on, if we can produce, like Janok Singh Negi has done, or let's say previously Richard Smith and Paula, they produced the good book. Probably, if we get all the reports and if we find like those reports can be, I mean, if we find those are very uniform report, we can edit further and we can produce some kind of ebook, e-copy later as well to help other friends, and yeah, to help some of us to carry further with our own reflection as well. So that's the point.
I have also taken pictures also. I do have some pictures. And also whatever they have told, whatever I have written on the board, I have taken pictures and also recorded in my diary also.
Good, great, great. Thank you, Pema ma'am. Now, yeah, Lakshman sir.
When you say you have pictures, do you have pictures of the children with face very clearly visible or other things? Pema?
You're,
I forgot to switch
Yes.
on my microphone and I spoke.
Okay, so
Yes, I do have
can you?
pictures when they were writing.
Yes, but their faces are very clearly visible. I mean, recognizable or from behind. I mean, what kind of pictures are they?
Yes, I have taken from in front. Yes, they can be recognized very easily.
Then either you can blur the faces or choose only those faces where the faces are not very clear. Yeah, okay?
yeah.
Okay, sir.
Or how about if she can get consent of everyone? What do you think, Lakshman sir?
I'll request.
Okay, that's yeah. I mean that way because we'll be sending you. But I don't know whether this consent form is going to help us with the pictures. It's about interview and all the data collection. Anyway, we will write to you some guideline about photographs. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
All right.
Thanks. Now, anyone? If anyone is ready, we have some time.
Jiban Bhattrai. Hello. Jenny. Yes. Yes. You can switch on your video as well.
Actually, I am inside the room and the lights are not so good, so I may not be visible.
I think there's some problem with your voice.
I'm sorry, but this is all I could arrange right now.
Are you using a mobile phone or laptop? It's not clear. There's sort of different voice coming, not
I'm
clear.
using laptop right now and maybe the earphone is not properly working or something.
It's not better yet. Can you switch off and switch on?
Alright.
Video.
Am I audible now?
No. It's a funny.
Still?
What happened? What happened?
Uh,
Am I audible?
yeah, could you, Jenny ma'am, could you switch off your, I mean, could you turn off your, switch off your microphone and switch it on again, or could you join the meeting again?
Maybe log out of the meeting and come in again. I think otherwise we don't understand what you're saying. So go out of the meeting and come back again. It doesn't take time.
Okay,
Sumanji
yeah.
from Dangadi, are you there? Suman Shrestha? Yes. Yes, go ahead, say something.
We can hear you.
Hello,
Yeah.
Yes.
sir, namaste.
Namaste.
Uh,
Yes, tell us about your progress, any updates or any confusion that we can sort out, anything, because we are almost at the end of our project work.
yes, sir.
Uh-huh.
So I had some problem with carrying out my project. So as you see,
Okay.
when I started the project, that was the time of summer vacation.
Uh-huh.
That's the start month.
Mm-hmm.
And then what happens? I had to go to America for 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
So as a T program, Fulbright
Okay.
T. So I went there for 2 months, and I
Mm-hmm.
couldn't continue that time. So I just
Mm-hmm.
started exploring the things
Mm-hmm.
about the reading problem of my student. And when I returned back,
Mm-hmm.
again uh, within a 2 3 days after my return back, I
Mm-hmm.
slipped from my bike,
Mm-hmm. Oh.
and I had yeah. So there was a bike accident, and my shoulder was dislocated.
Oh gosh.
Mm-hmm.
So for a month I couldn't do any work. So and
So that means you don't have enough uh, things to put into the
yeah,
report that we've given. Okay.
yeah. So
Uh,
and
but
so
can
I
you do
think
one thing? Can you uh, use? I mean, you don't have to use the report format because you don't have enough elements, enough data
yeah,
to include. But can you write 1 or 2 pages on how you started and how you were going along with this and how you had, I mean, whatever you said in a narrative
yeah, yeah.
form,
Yes.
because we will include that as well into our report because we have
Okay.
27 participants who are moving on with
Yeah.
us. You are one of
Yeah.
them. And then
Yes.
if you cannot submit a report, you can actually share why
Yeah.
you were not in position to submit the report. Okay, that will help us
Okay. Okay.
in making our reports credible. All right.
Yeah. Of course, sir. Yes, sir.
You can do
So
this. I mean, then you can also at the end
Utar
you
lagi
can
rहा
also
ततारा
include
राख
that although you were not in position to write a report because of all this, but
uh,
your intermittent participation and the materials we sent and some webinars and all this, you
yes,
are
sir.
in now position to plan again and then
Yes, sir.
implement the action plan as per our design and you at the end you promise that you will do it from April onwards, some sort of thing. So that will help us. Okay.
Okay, sir. Yes. Can
Thank
I
you.
carry during this January, because we don't have any holidays here?
Oh, yes. Then what you do, maybe without
Hello.
disturbing your usual teaching and making your every lesson action research as well as usual teaching, if you can
Yes, sir.
if you can deliver at least 12 lessons, then that will be valid for us.
Yes, sir.
Okay, 12 lessons. So if you do
Okay,
it
sir.
two
That.
weeks, then you can do, and we can wait. I mean, our plan is to receive reports within. Secondly, what did we say?
Jan
January
January
15th, right?
15, yeah, January
But in
15.
your case, yes. But in your case, we can make a special provision for
Yeah.
a few days extra, and you can submit
Okay, sir.
whatever you have. Okay, and but
Okay.
one
Okay.
more thing, you will have to have at least 12 lessons delivered, and plus because you'll be sort of rushed to write this and that. Please get in touch with us, write to us, call us, so that will help you in
Okay, sir.
data collection and writing and formatting and all this. Okay.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for that,
Very
sir.
good. Very good. Yes. Yes.
Thanks. Now Jenny ma'am is in.
Jenny. Yes, yes.
Could you try?
I'm still.
Probably.
I'm so sorry.
I am attending meeting.
Probably
Hear me?
Different part of
Jenny ma'am, we can hear some.
Yes.
Yeah,
microphone center.
probably it's the technical problem in your microphone or in your audio system, Jenny ma'am. So probably you can try in our next meeting, or you can try with a different device if you have. So may we request again you to switch off your microphone and listen to our friends updates for the time being. We are very sorry this time. And any one of you, since we don't have much time, it's already 10 to 9 here. Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
Lakshman sir.
Parishta, Suman, Sanjeev, Pema, 4 of them already presented.
Now Jiban Batra.
Jenny had a technical problem.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the only person is Jiban Batra. So, Jibanji, are you around? Hello? Maybe Jibanji is in the seminar. He might have just signed in for. Oh yeah, okay, he's there. Please switch on your microphone as well. Hello? Jibanji, can you switch on your microphone? You have only switched on your video.
Okay.
No, switch on both of them. Yes.
Okay, I think Jiban Batra sir can't make it today, it seems. Because earlier he had said here in our chat box that he couldn't hear any of us as well. So probably we can hear the updates later. Oh yeah, Jiban Batra sir. All right. Yeah. Are you ready, Jiban sir? And Suman sir, your microphone is on and we can hear background noise. So could you switch off your microphone as well?
Sorry, sir.
That's fine.
Okay, sir.
So we're waiting for the response from Jiban sir. If not, then we'll wrap up our today's online meeting. I would really want to get a proper format again, maybe.
Yes.
Okay. What do you mean by proper format, Jenny ma'am? Could you simply type on the chat box to submit our work? Okay, we can develop again the format to submit the final report. Is that okay, Lakshman sir? And then send it to everyone.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. We'll sort of revisit that and we'll finalize and send you. At the time, at this time, what you can do is you can transcribe interview data or write the narrative for your reflection and observation and anything. Also take pictures or scanned versions of the any student produced materials there. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks a lot, everyone, for sharing your updates. It was really good to find everyone how you could finally implemented your plans for change as well, and how you could get some changes, the real changes as well. And yeah, sorry to learn, Suman sir, like your arms got dislocated, and good to learn like you were in US and then probably learned quite a lot of things from T program. So again, as Lakshman sir stated, for you there will be special provision. We'll extend our deadline, and that will give you some plenty of time to implement. let's say to carry out the exploratory action research, and send us your report to us as soon as possible once you are done with all the work. Other colleagues, yeah, as we mentioned just before, in response to Jenny ma'am's chat message, we'll develop the final template for the final reporting, and we'll send it to you. Please send us your report as soon as possible. And again, to reiterate what we had told earlier, probably, we're not sure because it all depends upon your writing and report. We are very much hopeful that we will be able to produce, besides sending our report to Hornby Trust, who are funding us for this program. So besides sending report to them, we will also be, we will also be able to produce some kind of e-copy which will include all your stories, so that it will be helpful for other teachers who would be interested to use exploratory action research to explore their own situation. That's our purpose as well. And one more, again, we are repeating one more time, the consent form that we had sent to you through email, please do send us back as soon as possible, because we're also thinking of, we have got so much data actually, like through your email correspondence, Edmodo presence, communication in Edmodo, and communication you have made through webinar and meetings as well. So this data had been really, really useful. And again, we also think like we'll be having some interviews with some of our colleagues to get more insight, so that we can produce some kind of paper which can really, let's say, disseminate what we have done so far in Nepal to the global context as well. So that's the purpose. So do help us, and then let's help each other, and then let's make this EAR program a very successful one. That's it. Lakshman sir, if there is anything to add, please.
No, I think we've done what we planned. Just a suggestion, just to repeat what you said, is our colleagues, our participants will need to cooperate with us by submitting their reports in time. If things are not complete, then if you can submit before time, before the deadline, we can give you feedback. We can help you to reshape them. But non-response will be a problem. So please do respond, call us, write to us. We are always there to help. But your report counts a lot for us to submit to Hornby. So hope you all understand that. So yes.
Yeah, Pima ma'am has asked a question here. Is it possible? Sorry, where is it gone? Yeah, is it possible to extend this project for some months? I really want to write this report with many changes in my students' creative writing skills. What is your take, sir?
My take would be this. For the first project completion part, Pema needs to submit what she has now. Maybe we have further plan to develop a sort of book like Janak Negi has done, sort of thing. Maybe by then, if you can, I mean, we can give you another deadline. But for this time, you will have to submit what you have.
Yes.
You can't wait. But our strong suggestion to you is continue what you're doing. Then later you can publish a paper based upon that. Okay, you shouldn't stop at all. You need to go on. But for admin reason, you'll have to submit the report to us now.
Okay, that's very clear. Jiban sir says like, okay, Jiban sir says now everything is visible now. So Jiban sir, would you like to share briefly, or how about sharing it later, because we have already ahead of our Jiban sir. Okay, yeah, okay. So we'll learn your updates later in the next meeting. Since you have already said like you are at the final days of intervention, and you two had shared, we remember you two had shared in the previous meeting so well, like what you have done so far. So yeah, and again through your report as well, we will be learning. So if there is any if there is any issues that you would like to share us briefly, you can share us now. Anyone? Otherwise, we'll wrap up the today's online meeting? Anyone has anything? The final question? Okay, it seems like everything is all right. So yeah, thanks. Okay, we are okay. Yeah, thanks a lot, everyone. It's been really a great journey working together for almost a year, and we already feel like we're almost at the very end of the program. So we will be expecting your report in a very, let's say, in a very consolidated, I'm using the term consolidated way because now you have to compile and then make it proper one, so that it will be helpful for us as well to report, and even it will be helpful for us to further edit. And then, if, yeah, again, it depends upon your way of reporting to create a kind of ebook as well. That's it. We'll meet. We are flexible for the time, but for the time being, the date for the another meeting will be around mid-January, probably in January 15. So we'll update you soon after discussing, let's say, amongst the team members. And if there is any concern or any issues that you have, then you are always welcome to share through email or even through Edmodo as well. We check frequently in Edmodo. Sometimes we don't respond, but we can see. I mean, we don't respond to your post because we can see some of your colleagues are helping you as well. So you also can post there, or you also can email us. So we are always ready to help you that way too. So thanks a lot. And Lakshman sir, if you have anything to add, then you can. Otherwise we'll wrap up the program. Wrap up today's online meeting.
I think done. It has been very good to hear from everyone. And today things were very clear and to the point, and we were able to understand some issues as well. So we'll be back with whatever advice we have very soon, maybe within a week or so.
Thank you. Thanks everyone. Goodbye. Have a good day.